Alright, Big Bad John here and me are gonna do some something kind of new. I noticed that breaking the ground in my backyard seems to really help the grass kind of grow. So I did get the subsoiler from Heavy Hitch, but I found that their tooth bar actually works better. Not only is it, I can do however many inches this thing is. What is it? 60. I can do a lot more range, and I don't actually have to go that deep. And so even that deep's too much. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna carve some lines in the backyard, going the opposite direction of how I water, and see if maybe that helps the grass. The backyard soil is pretty compacted in a couple of areas. My dogs really like laying down on it and walking on it and standing on it, and it's kind of turned it into concrete. It's very hard packed, so it's not ideal for growing grass, although it's trying, but it's not really being very successful. So what we'll do is we'll take the tractor here, and we're gonna drive up on the lawn, and I'm gonna put the teeth down, and I'm just gonna drag lines into it and see if that helps. Partly for irrigation and partly for loosening the soil up a little bit. So that seems to really help. I haven't done it to the front lawn so much, but where I kind of loosened the soil, it seems to have really allowed the lawn to take off. And obviously trivially that's true for pretty much any plants, but I actually believed that I had a greater problem. That was proximity of bedrock to soil. So you can kind of see my three main trouble spots here, and in two of them I've got, hey, good gosh, in two of them I've actually got rocks poking out, so that's kind of a problem. And then you can kind of see where the dirt level kind of wants to be to do good over here, and I did throw dirt on top of this, and it's trying to grow up to it in that location. But that's kind of where I want my dirt to be anyway, is that level. And I kind of hoped that would poke out, but not that much. I might need to keep going with that. But I want to bring in dirt to about that level all the way across. And that'll go well in some locations, but maybe not others. So we'll see. We're gonna have to lower the bedrock in these places here. Probably not something that the wife's gonna want me to do while she's at work, since I'm gonna be using the jackhammer for that. But we'll be breaking up these rocks here, and here at some point in time. And possibly also over here, although these ones don't seem to have quite the same problems associated with them. So those might actually just be rocks that I can flip out, and they might not be too big. We will find out, but you can tell that grass, even this early in the season, doesn't want to grow in those places. So I think the solve to this is maybe 1 part jackhammer and 1 part bringing in soil. Because obviously bringing in soil and lifting my yard up a foot at the highest point, and as much as 6 at the lowest point, would probably solve all my problems, except for that would cause a few more. I definitely don't want my house to be the lowest point on the lot up here, because I don't want to have to take a boat to my bathroom. And we don't get a lot of rain, but when we do, we get a lot of rain. Yeah, see, you can see rocks just all over the damn place here. I'm wondering if they initially didn't want to bring the lawn out this direction, because you can kind of see the grass doesn't want to grow over here. And I don't think that that's so much the soil side of it, as maybe there's a lot of roots and stuff in here, and possibly leaves dropping all over the place and releasing tannins into my soil may not be good for it either. Who knows? Either way, let's get on the 2038 and drag some lines. All right, so you can kind of see how the yard looks right now. When we first moved out here, I couldn't keep enough water on the front yard, but the backyard did really good. And now we're having the opposite problem. Hey, you, get out of the way of the tractor. So what we're gonna do here is this third paddock right here, there's not much I can do about it. It doesn't get hit by the sprinklers, and getting enough water on this thing is nigh impossible. However, the front part of both of these guys and the middle part of the middle one here, they do get enough water, but they don't seem to be excited about the prospect of growing. And part of that could be the fact that I did this with a subsoiler. That's where I dug up a bunch of rocks with it by dropping it into the ground to see what was down there. Rocks, lots of rocks, but the top seems to have this sandy clay type stuff, like somebody was kind of serious about getting something growing out here. Who knows? Either way, so let's see if I can make this look right. So we're driving over a section that I did earlier because I don't want to plow up the cinder blocks with the tires here. Let's see how we do here. Stop, tractor. Alright, kind of see down there. Alright, now it's up to me to, well, first of all, probably not being high. Let's see here. Hey, get back. Gosh. And that's kind of what I'm dealing with the dog situation. So, obviously it's not flat, that would be too easy. Over here on the side I'm not doing anything, and over here I'm doing a lot, so I guess I'll have to live with it. And we don't want to dig up my sidewalk. Let's see how we did. So I'm not too good at this, but I think I'm gonna probably run it over a couple of different times and see what we can do. Obviously you can see where I peeled up that thing that's stuck in the teeth right there. It almost looked like crabgrass, but it was growing in so thick I didn't care. And you can kind of see its dead bones here. It's not really coming back, and you can definitely tell where it gets watered by that thing. It shoots over my driveway, and it does a pretty good job of getting water up here. For whatever reason, last year for about 2 months, my water pressure was not different. The system was basically the same over here, and I was able to water my deck, and now it's not even making it halfway there, which is annoying, but part of the fun, I guess. And yeah, so we're gonna have to scrape this all kind of flat, and I'm probably gonna overlap a bunch, that way the whole yard's kind of broke up real good, and we'll see how that goes. All right, so looks pretty good. Dog seems to like it. And I think we've pretty much highlighted everywhere we had rocks. Obviously, we didn't scratch this up too much. But look at those rows. That looks really cool. We should plant some corn or something. Oh wait, I have corn. Get off my corn rows. Yeah, all right, so that should make it a little bit easier for grass to get started here. And I did this before, and the rows pretty quickly disappeared, and looks like my sweater dropped off the ROPS. Again, we didn't do this one because I'm not sure if this is even going to grow this year, unless I decide to go get the ripper and try to dig up the driveway. But that's probably not going to happen because I would have to do a lot of plumbing and a little digging. I've got a pipe right here that does not have the water softener attached to it. It's attached after this pipe comes off, and therefore there's no salt in it, so that's the pipe that I have to use. And it'll go this direction, and we should be able to do that later this year, but I'm gonna need a few things first. Chief amongst those is probably something to dig straight down. Even if I did do something like that, I would probably just put one here and one there, and then I would consider my options for over there. And it's probably a subsoiler dig that goes all the way across here, and then do one of those things where I hook the hose up to a pipe and force the pipe underneath this thing. So yeah, but if I did the other, I'm just gonna dig this thing up. But yeah, so this one, and not only that, but whatever dirt was used over here is different. It doesn't seem to compact, and therefore it stays kind of silty, and things can grow in it. It's just that it's so dry, whereas the stuff over here holds onto water a little bit better, and you can actually hook it up and get water on it and grow things. And I've always had problems with that side. So let's see what a little bit of water on this looks like. So this is the rigged system that I have right here. It's a timer, and then I've got this guy here, and then it shoots out and just taps the tree. Yeah, I might have to take this thing apart and see if the filter's full. And of course, that's a problem. I used to have a little neck down on it, so it was not tapping everything up there. I might need to trim those back again. They used to actually hang all the way down to like here, but I started trimming, and yeah, we're probably gonna have to trim a lot more if we want to get any distance out of it. But even there, it's just barely making it. It used to go about that far, actually. It's doing really good right this second for some odd reason. Let's see how far that is. Yeah, that's not that great. That's not bad. Let's take a look. So maybe it's just a simple bit of tree trimming that I need to do to get it to come all the way up to at least here. It's dripping right there. That's actually really good. I think what it may be is my pump fills it up to the proper size to actually get water out here, but it doesn't cut on until it's damn near too late. Better run, Alaric. But yeah, there we go. Looking good. Just kind of a weird thing I decided to do today with Big Bad John.